Alright, so here I am with my Hummer H3 2008 Alpha, and I had installed some rear backup LEDs a few years back, and with the recent big rain we had, one side actually, as you can see, it got flooded. So cheap $15 at the time LED lights from Harbor Freight, and I mean, they worked pretty well. They actually lit up the rear, because you know, everybody knows the Hummer H3s have pretty small windows, so the visibility when you're going in reverse is kind of tough sometimes. But I put these LED lights on, and they work really well. But like I said, that one is flooded with water and this one is not. But I'm gonna replace them with these that I just got, and right there it says waterproof, so hopefully I have better results. These lights are bigger. More lights. I think they were more wattage. Pretty simple. 2-wire, red and black, ground positive. And I'm just going to go ahead and take the existing ones out and replace them with the new ones. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. So I'm going to get access to this area. Originally there's a plastic plug that goes there. All I did was pull it off. It's been a few years, so I don't really remember, but there's a plastic plug there, and I pulled it off, drilled some holes for the LED light, and I'm going to pull this tail light out to get access to the hardware in the back. Stay there. Okay. This is a resistor for the LED lights bulbs that I installed. So you need a resistor to trigger the turn signals. I installed it just in line with the factory wiring. So that's one of the resistors that you have to put in if you switch out your tail light blinkers to LEDs. So that's what it looks like. And whoops, removing the tail light housing gives you access to the hardware that's behind this plastic panel. And here's the old wiring, and I'm going to go ahead and pull that out and attach the new wiring, which is right there. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to splice it right about here and attach this, and just leave that existing power wires. So I put these LEDs in. I mean, they look pretty waterproof. They got some sealant and stuff in here. I think I got these at Harbor Freight for about 15 bucks. But as you can see, this one is not working because it got water in it. And this is the top one, has no water damage. So I'm just going to go ahead and replace them with these that I got from Amazon. Are they better? Who knows, but it says they're waterproof. It says right there on the box. Waterproof construction, so hopefully these will work out better. This kit comes with the hardware. It comes with this template. I went ahead and modified the template a little bit to make the hole smaller. And I'm just going to go ahead and attach it here. And yeah, should have enough clearance. There's enough room in the back to attach the hardware. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut it out and add those lights. I went ahead and laid out the lines that I'm going to use to cut and drill. Probably could have made a punch mark, but this is just plastic. It's forgiving. Making a pilot hole. Okay. There's nothing back here. I made sure and checked. I'm not drilling into anything. And I'm gonna drill these holes in the corner of my cuts so I don't get square cuts, probably creating a crack. So I used to be an airplane mechanic back in the good old days, but so that's what we would do to prevent any kind of cracks or anything from happening once you make a straight line. You don't want to make a straight cut because it'll start cracking. Alright, I'm going to try two things. I'm going to try this Dremel to cut the lines. See which one works better. And now I'm going to try this oscillating cutter here, see if it works. welding bit. Use it on steel to deburr, but just give a little tap on the plastic. It cleans it up a bit. Alright, so I'm going to just clean it up a little bit. Alright, I went ahead and trimmed it up, and it's going to sit like that. It's a little bit of slop, but that's good. Make the holes line up easier. Now I'm going to tie into this existing wiring that I had put in with the other ones. I'm going to clean this up and show you guys how to connect that. So I'm just going to use this existing power and negative wire that was here when I installed the old LEDs. I'm just going to go ahead and use some crimp connectors. They look like this. The red ones are for this gauge. I think this is I forgot, but for this thin wire, you're going to use the red connectors on here, because this is some pretty thin wire. Make sure you put it through your opening before you crimp it. It won't work too well the other way. So when you crimp these connectors, there's a slot where the aluminum connected. You don't want to put the crimp where the opening, the slot is, where the tubing was formed with the slot. So I'm turning it so that I don't crush it, and now I can get a good connector. Everything's good. It's going to sit like that, and we're going to test it. Make sure the reverse light comes on before I seal it all up. Alright, so there's the the light activated. It's working. I'm going to put some conduit on the wire, tape it up, and then go ahead and install it with the hardware. I'll show you guys when it's done. I went ahead and put some conduit on there just to protect those wires. It's probably going to be bouncing around in there, especially when you go off-roading, but that should do it. It should be fine. I went ahead and laid out the left-hand side, the driver's side. I drilled all the holes, cut out the center. Fits. Should look like that. I'm going to attach the hardware after I put the connect the wiring, and then we'll test it out again. Okay, I'm going to show a close-up of the wires that you're going to be tapping into. Here's your reverse light, factory reverse light. I actually put LEDs in it a while back. But if you come down here, this is the back of the reverse light connector. That's for your reverse light, the factory. And you have a black and a green. The black is your negative. So the black is going to share the same negative as your turn signals. And where you're going to tie into is the green wire. You can actually tap into the green wire here and your negative here. I went higher just because this cable was kind of long. So you're going to tap into the green right here and the black, which is right here. So if you get these crimp connectors here, red goes to the green, black goes to the ground. Okay, so here's your reverse light, factory reverse light. You got a green and a black wire. So you're going to tap into the wiring supply for your aftermarket LED light, and you're going to tap into the green wire and the black wire right here. So this is your supply, green and black. Black is negative. The negative is shared also with the turn signals and your brake light. So you're going to tap into the green wire and the black wire, and that's your supply for your aftermarket tail reverse light. So if you wanted to add a turn signal, maybe here, it's the same principle. You get the black wire that's going to be on your turn signal, and instead of using the green wire, you're going to use the brown wire. And that brown wire is for your turn signal. So if you wanted to add an LED turn signal, you would do the same type of connection. You would tap into it, and then you would supply your power to your tail light. If you wanted to add a tail light, I actually do want to add a tail light, a turn signal to the front of my Hummer on the side. I'll probably do that sometime soon, but it's the same principle. When you crimp wire, you can solder them. I usually prefer solder, but for this instance, I'm not going to drag out my extension cord and solder all this up. I could have, but I chose not to. And if you do want to use the crimp connectors, I mean, they work pretty well. Here's the completed job. I have aftermarket LEDs, which are pretty bright, but not enough. So I added these. And I got these on Amazon. I think they were $21. I'll put a link on there. But that's what it looks like. And that's what you got. Completed job. Aftermarket LED reverse lights. Brighten up the rear when you're backing up. Makes things a lot easier because, like I said, everyone knows you're kind of limited with the rear visibility. Then you got this tire right here also, so makes it easier to back up. Completed LED install.